I just want to show you kind of an old-fashioned life hack that we've got going on here at our house, given that we're all home together. I have a giant pot of beans. I'll often have those going kind of at any time. In this case, it's garbanzo beans. I'm going to do a quick season here to show you what you can do to make these taste amazing. And then I'm also just going to use a bunch of these to make hummus. I'll post a really quick recipe for that later. But today, as you can see, this is just a small pot. I have 1 clove of garlic that I've cut up and just like a few little bit of red onion in there. And I'm just gonna ladle the beans with their broth. These are dry beans that I soak and rinse really, really carefully, and then I cook in this pressure cooker. You could use an InstantPot, you could do a slow cooker, you could just boil them in a traditional, slow boil until they're tender. I like using a pressure cooker, or maybe in your case an Instant Pot, because it's so fast. It takes about 15 minutes to cook them after they've quick soaked. Anyway, so I've got these going, and I'm just gonna turn them on. And I'm gonna add a pinch of thyme. I really like thyme with nearly every bean, but especially white bean varieties, not as much like a black or kidney bean. And a little red chili pepper. I've got kids here who they like flavor but not too much heat, so I'm just gonna go light on that. Here's some ground black pepper. I have a couple different broth bases that I can show you. We're vegetarian except for fish, basically pescatarian, so we try to go with a chicken flavored. I'm gonna just put some of that in here. It's a broth base. The other thing that actually is really tasty is Trader Joe's vegan chickenless seasoning salt. You do not need to have all these. I'm just showing you kind of how they operate in here, and they're all gonna work together great, so I'm fine with adding all of those. And then this vegetarian better than bouillon chicken base. Obviously, if you make your own broth, which we do for our soups, that's great, but I like using a bouillon because it's just such a quick hack, and you can use any kind of unflavored broth and turn it into something yummy. Here's a bay leaf. I'm gonna throw that in there. These are all ideas. You can use whatever you have in your kitchen. Pear-infused balsamic vinegar. You can use regular balsamic vinegar, a white vinegar, an apple cider vinegar, a red wine vinegar. The acidity just really adds a great complexity to this. And then I'm gonna add some olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use anything, but I do really like the flavor of olive oil. Throwing that in there, and I'm gonna let this simmer for a little while. And it's gonna turn into a really amazing sort of gravy. You can already see that it's got some thickness to it, and this is before it's even started cooking. But it will kind of simmer down into this really rich broth, and it's great just with rice or standalone. The other little hack that I want to show you, since we have kids here at home and they're often wanting some sort of a snack, is that I have a pot of soup just sitting on the stove, kind of simmering. This is last summer's zucchini soup. We added some of last night's rice to it. And I'm just gonna leave bowls and mugs out and spoons, and whenever they're hungry, they can stop by and have a snack. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful to you today. Let me know what kind of beans you like to eat, and if you have any questions about how to cook them, season them, or enjoy them.